What is going on? Today I'm going to be talking about how to use my AI workflow to actually automate invoices in your exact online environment. You can either sell this feature or use it for your own business, but anyway, it's fantastic and it will save you a lot of time. As you can see right here, I don't have any invoices yet in my exact online environment. And here is a fake invoice I've made with a box of bunnies, just something random. And now I'm gonna go back and actually send this email containing the invoice as an attachment just to the email that's associated with my AI workflow. So I'm gonna send it right now, and as you can see right here, it is automatically booked in the invoice without me having to do anything. So if we go back to see how it works, this is the execution. Yeah, let's go step by step. So what you actually see here is the message received. So it's actually waiting for the message to be received, checks every minute, and then needs to have an attachment. So a file, a PDF file. So invoices usually come in PDFs, and then it will be received here, and then it will actually trigger an AI workflow. Workflow always needs a trigger, so either a webhook, here's Gmail. You can also do Hotmail, whatever you like for your trigger. Then it goes to the next node. It will actually say, okay, what is this file, and I want to extract something from it. Let's actually go here so we can see it a bit better what it outputs. So it just puts in some stuff. Here's some data on the bottom right. Can't see it right now, but invoice, some numbers, bill to the date, the balance, but it doesn't look really nice. It's just like in one text. So that's why we're going and take this AI agent, and it's in Dutch, but basically say, oh, we want these things we got from like here on the bottom left on the text right here, and we want to take that information and output it nicely in different type of outputs. So here in the top right, so input is this one blob of information, and the right is, you know, nice VAT amount, amount XVAT, total amount, stuff like that. That's what we want. And AI bots is usually these black box things, so you don't really know what they put out. But if you say literally to the AI agent, okay, only put it out like this valid JSON format, then it's pretty waterproof. Like, it's not going to give anything else because you're saying just put out this. And I'm using OpenRouter as an because I really like it. It can just switch between the models if one doesn't work. I'm using here JTPT 4.1 mini. It's fast enough, doesn't use that much. And again, I want to use it as structured output parser, and I'm using some examples of the output that I want, just to make it like waterproof. Like, I don't want any other output rather than just these things. Next, I'm gonna go to the first HTTP request. Oh, here it gets a little tricky. So this is basically saying, okay, I want to get information from Exact Online, and what you want to do here is go to use this URL, start Exact Online .nl API, or if you're Belgium, you use .be. And you're basically saying, I want to have a certain amount of information. So I'm gonna extract information from Exact Online. And if you go to this website of Exact Online, which is the reference documentation, you can actually see all these things you want to get. So you don't just actually can automate the booking in of the invoices, but you can do all these other things, and you have all these like posts and gets and like all these things. But for now, we're just gonna focus just on booking in invoices. So next up, we're going to go, so now it got information from Exact Online. We're going to go to this one, and it's basically saying here, what is the name of the company? And it can check if it already has been booked in or not. So it's basically checking, hey, has this person worked with me before, and did I already get an invoice with me before? If it does recognize it, it will go to the true here on the top, because it's saying like, if the results length, the length of the name is greater than 0, then it's true. But if it doesn't exist, it's not greater than 0, then it's 0. So it's saying like, okay, it exists. It goes to this line. And then it will start with this supplier. It's true. Status is true. So you can continue with that now. But if it's not true, this is the first time you got the invoice from this person, then you can use this. You need to use this URL. Also, I got it from the documentation. You can just copy it. And here at the bottom, I'm saying now it's true. So the supplier exists now. And the reason why that's important is because we're going to go in this node. And I'm not really a coder myself. I've been in the coding school for some years, but I'm not really good at code. So basically all code I'm doing is basically saying to ChatGPT or Gemini, saying, hey, create this code for me. In a nutshell, it's basically saying, okay, here's the output date. This is what I expect. You know, what is the date of today, and here if it's valid or not. If it's not valid, use a different model. Then we go to the next code node, and we're saying like, okay, what is the length? And basically I made this with ChatGPT. It gives a supplier ID. The supplier ID is really important because if with exact online environment, it cannot just say like, oh, this is the name of the person. It needs an ID. So first it creates the ID. Here it creates the ID. We get the information from here. It creates it and gives it to here and gives a final supplier ID. And with that supplier ID, it can do things. It can book in information. It can book in invoices. It can do all types of stuff. But it doesn't need that ID. Without the ID, it can't do much. Afterwards, we're going to go and look in the Superbase. And the Superbase, what it does basically, it's a website or a database where you can store information. What I like about Superbase is that it's quite flexible. You can adjust it however you like. So I'm just going to pull up the Superbase, and it would look something like this. So this is just some tests stuff with the invoice number, the amount, the excluding VAT amount in the description. And you need to put it a supplier name as text, the date is a timestamp, invoice number as text, not as number, because sometimes you have letters inside of the invoice number, which is quite important to remember. You have the amount including the VAT and excluding. So yeah, you have this. And that is important to have. And how to link it, you can just watch it on YouTube, because it's a little bit of hassle, but once it's set up, you have it basically forever. And then you put this in these fields. So an ID, it comes across as this ID, it's a UUID. Supplier name is a string, and you basically do the same thing, you drag it in. Okay, you have to just do it one time and then it's fixed forever. And then one very important thing is that it didn't really work for me for quite a while, but so now just to make sure it's already booked in, right? Just from this node already, it's already booked in. So we don't basically can cut off like this part. You don't, if you just want this part, then you don't need to do anything. What I also have is called an AI exact checker, and basically it can go here and I double check it. So basically I'm saying you're an expert financial auditor, attaches the binary file to the original invoice, and you need to check these things if it's verified, if it's true or not. Just double check. And the only way for it to get actually the binary file is to use a merge node. So that's why I have here from the Gmail all the way to the merge, and also with Superbase, and then it can combine a file. So that is why I have the merge node. So it can merge as you can see, it will output a binary file here, and then it can read the sub workflow. It can read it. So kind of to make a conclusion, you basically get sent an email. It extracts information, kind of messy, in one blob. So I use this AI agent to make it nice and clean. I go to HTTP request, get information, and say, hey, did this person already exist in our system or not? If it does, it goes here. If not, it goes here. it creates a supplier ID, these codes. With the supplier ID, it can do a bunch of stuff, but for now it just here post information. It sends information to the exact online environment where it gets booked in, as you can see here, and then it adjusts Supabase for, you know, what I also do with Supabase is I can connect with for example, Lovable, and with a nice thing you can make it like a nice outline design, and with Supabase it's quite easy to connect with these things. So that's why I also keep a Supabase database, and then I also have a double checker with merge. But if you don't want to get it too complicated, you can do it here, just this one, and that's basically how it works. Every single time you get an invoice, it will get booked in. Now this is kind of an advanced workflow. I understand if it's a bit tricky, so if you want, I'm gonna leave my email down below and I can implement it in your business if you want. So yeah, I hope it helps. I hope you have a nice day and stay active.